This is it. We're just less than 24 hours away from the biggest event in triathlon.
Tricenter starts now.
The final preparations are being made here at the finish line on Elite Drive, which means it's almost race day. I'm Ann Westling. Thanks so much for joining us for this edition of Tricenter. It's another beautiful day here in Kona, not surprising, but as you know, weather plays a vital role on race day. There's always talk about the heat and the wind, but this year there's a new phenomenon that's gaining a lot of chatter. It's something known as fog.
Fog is basically when the volcano erupts and some of the debris that gets in the air, and so it would be sort of analogous to smog. And so we mainly are concerned in athletes who have asthma. I think we tend to make a much bigger deal out of it than it needs to be. You mainly would be concerned if you had significant asthma and you just want to take the typical precautions. Make sure you have your inhaler. You want to use it maybe 30 minutes before you're about to start the race. Get yourself warmed up really good, and sometimes during your first warm-up when you have asthma, you might notice a little difficulty, and you can use your inhaler again if you need to, and then you tend to get in what we call a refractory period, where usually the asthma is pretty stable through the competition. So I don't think it's going to be a big deal for the athletes. I really don't. I think they tend to get more worried about it than they need to be.
Now, one of the places we heard about the fog for the first time was at yesterday's press conference held at the King Cam Hotel. Aside from talk about the weather conditions, the pros fielded questions from the media about a variety of topics ranging from race strategy to what kind of toughness it takes to win at this event. An interesting aspect of the press conference is that it's one of the last times the athletes will see each other before race morning, and it was pretty evident nerves were starting to build. Now, the pros get a lot of press, and rightly so, but there will be 1,800 age groupers from around the world, very talented ones at that. In total, athletes from 50 states and 64 countries will make the start. Other interesting facts about the age group field: more than half, 53% of all the competitors are competing here for the first time, and 72% of the athletes here are male. The age range of this field goes from 19 at the youngest all the way up to Lou, who's 82.
It's a test. It's a test for Lou Hollander. That's what it is. The rest of the people can do what they want. It's just myself and the course. And of course, it's a great event. There's lots of hoopla and it's fun. All my friends are impressed, so it's good.
And one of the cool experiences athletes get to have while they're here, of course, is the Ironman Village Expo on Elite Drive. The expo is a good place to spot the top pros, learn about the latest gear, and new for 2012, you can even make yourself a smoothie. And something else getting a lot of attention here is Campy's new EPS electronic shifter, new for the triathlon bikes this year. The product is not yet available to the general public, but there will be a few professionals using the components in the race.
So I've got the Campy EPS electronic power shifting. I got it put on my bike about 5 days ago, but yeah, it's going to be definitely a weapon out there, especially if the winds pick up and there's sections where you can't actually get on your bars because the winds are too strong. So yeah, I've played it down to my friends that had electronic shifting that, yeah, you don't really need it, but now I've got it, then it's definitely a big advantage. It's amazing. It's just to be able to change gear when you're out of the saddle without sitting back down and reaching to the front of your bars again. It's fantastic for triathlon.
Well, that'll do it for us today. I'm headed off to the Thank God I'm Not Racing party at Huggo's tonight. But be sure to check out triathlete.com for photos and updates throughout the day, and of course tomorrow afterwards for a race analysis. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll leave you with sights and sounds from Bike Check-In.